All right, I'm back. And it is that time of year again for the annual Fesh Hop Ale Festival shave. Today we got the Holy Mountain Talus Fesh Hop IPA coming in at 7%. You can see that down here. We got the pretty much standardized Holy Mountain Fesh Hop label with the hop crown, green, space theme. So it's going to be a Talus single hop Fesh Hop IPA. Let's go ahead and crack it and give it a try. So Holy Mountain, my favorite brewery. They are out of Seattle, Washington. This one looks like it's going to be a hazy. There's nothing wrong with that. Very nice. And as per usual, my lighting is from the top down. So I don't know how that's going to come across on your side, but this is a very bright yellow orange. Looks great. It looks like straight up orange juice. Very bright. We have about a half finger of fuzzy white head there. Oh, beautiful smell. I'm not like super familiar with this Talus hop, so this should be interesting. Great pungent nose coming off of it though. It smells like some really zingy citrus, like perhaps like an orange with a little bit of pith on the rind, or like a tangerine or something of that sort, like very zingy. Let's go ahead and get into it. First sip of beer today. That one came across with a nice medium-high bitterness, very juicy. There's like, it's like you're getting hit with sweet orange, and then it finishes with some of that bitter grapefruit. It's a nice transition of flavor. Very, very fruit-forward, juicy though. All right, let's get into it. Every year on this day, well, I guess not on this specific day, but every year on the day of Yakima's Fesh Hop Ale Festival, I bust out Tallow and Steel West Coast IPA. This is a fantastic soap. You can see the notes around the outer edge. So we got tangerine, orange, lemon, and then we got Cascade hops, Columbus hops, and Centennial hops. And I like how they put on the top 4-ounce tub, 60 IBUs. IBUs is actually the International Bitterness Unit that they use to describe how quote-unquote hoppy a beer is. So very, very cool stuff there. Oh shit, I missed a few. It also says grapefruit and pine. So very good stuff. Nice label. Very colorful. This is from Tallow and Steel out of Canada. This one is one of those ones that's kind of polarizing. You can see it kind of has like this brownish type color. We'll get into it here in a second. Let's go ahead and get some water on the face, get the shave going. So yeah, this one is a little bit polarizing because it doesn't excuse me, it doesn't come across as like a citrus forward scent per se. A lot of hops portray citrus scent notes, but a lot of hops are also kind of resinous and dank, and so this is kind of a combination of the two. It definitely has some citrus zing and citrus character to it, but this has some very green, dank hop. This is hops is a huge industry here in the Yakima Valley, and so it's definitely like I don't know if it's a vegetable, what the fuck they consider this. It's a plant. But it has this dank, resinous quality to it as well. And I think, a portion of the people who bought this thought it was going to be more citrusy and approachable. And because of that dank, resinous nature, which is true to form for hops. Like, I live in the valley and I pass by hop fields every day. So it's true to form. This is an accurate depiction of what they smell like. To me, it's beautiful. It reminds me of home. I absolutely love this one. But I could see where it's not for everyone. I think the addition of some extra citrus really helped this one out. But it's not for everyone, but I love it. It's very nostalgic for me because it's a accurate representation of hops. All right. That right there was Stirling Soap Company's Mentholated Preshave Soap. Sorry. All right. We got our lather all whipped up right here in the Thirsty Badger shave bowl. This particular tallow and steel whips up a very high structure, low to medium density lather. It has a lot of air in it. And I loaded heavy and everything, but it is what it is. It's definitely hydrated though. And then the brush for today, of course, is the Smilez for Miles Fesh Hop brush, which I actually had real hops cast in resin and shaped like an IPA glass. So let's get into it. So last night we had the annual Fesh Hop pre-party, which is actually had at a hop storage like warehouse and home brewer supply office. So they basically like put a bunch of fruit bins up and create like this social space, and they string up porch lights and everything. And they have like a mini version of the festival that's going on today. And so I don't always go to that one because it's kind of overkill, and it's like doing the same party 2 days in a row, which there's nothing at all wrong with that. I kind of like to have my palate fresh for the day of. But, every other year or so I'll go to it just to socialize and network with the industry peeps, because this pre-party is less formal than the one tomorrow. And the one tomorrow, or the one today. The one today isn't like suits and ties formal. It's definitely a lot of fun and shit like that. But the brewers are about business. They're there trying to get their product in as many people's hands and make an impression on the thousands of people that show up. We're going to be using the Schick Injector Type F, beautiful razor, and literally probably like one of the Mount Rushmore razors of the wet shaving world. But that is a story for another time. So I went last night. I interacted with a lot of brewers, saw a lot of friends and beer people, patrons of some of my favorite bars and breweries. Saw a lot of familiar faces. Got to try a food truck that was absolutely phenomenal, and I'd never heard of them. And it really made an impression on me. I had a double smash burger from them, and it was fucking killer. Like, I had a good, sturdy buzz going, but that burger hit the spot, and it was fucking memorable. It was phenomenal. Their food truck was called Uglies. but the font they used was so beautiful. It was almost kind of hard to read what their name was. Their font was so beautiful and flowing. I was like, I was thinking it was someone's last name. But no, I go up there and the guy told me it was Uglies. It was awesome though. I got to sample some beers from local breweries as well as some from out of state. They have about 30 breweries at the pre-party, and there's probably going to be closer to like 75 at the festival today. So I got to try a lot of product, a lot of beer that's going to be at today's festival ahead of time, so I can kind of like check them off the list. And instead of tackling 75 beers, now I only got to tackle like, 30 or yeah, like 35, something like that. 45. Easily achievable. I'm going to have a lot of friends, some family at today's event. Should be a fucking blast, as always. I always look forward to this whole month, this whole Fesh Hop season, but it all culminates in the big festival going on today. So, very, very fun stuff. This shave is never really about the products used. It's always about the excitement around Fesh Hop time. So if you are a craft beer enthusiast like myself, you know what I'm talking about. And if you haven't been to a Fesh Hop festival locally, the Yakima, I know Yakima isn't the biggest city, might not be the most like attractive tourist destination, but this festival is legit, and we throw down because it's one of our biggest selling crops here. All right. Goddamn, that's good. I'm going to go ahead and pat down the sweat. The bathroom is still steamy from the shower I had before the shave. I'm going to go ahead and grab some more lather. And when I'm talking high structure, I mean this thing built up gobs of lather. If only it was a little bit more dense, a little bit more luxurious, I think I would get a lot more enjoyment out of it. But it smells great, and it has all the slickness I'll ever need. So the lack of density doesn't really do anything to the performance of the soap. Performance can pretty much be broken down to ease of lather and slickness, because there is no need for density. I know some people call it protection. I don't believe in that shit. The only thing protecting me is my technique. But yeah, so pretty much ease of lather and slickness, that pretty much covers it. Some people will throw post shave in there, but I kind of do side with certain people that you can use an aftershave or a post-shave product for post-shave quality. So it is what it is. Let's go ahead and get into pass 2 here against the grain. So today I was a little bit groggy, but no real hangover, pain, or discomfort, which I was happy about. I drank a lot of beer yesterday, but I filtered in a good amount of water and food to snack on, and because I didn't want to go too hard. Plus, a lot of the vendors were giving half pours like they were instructed to. But I knew so many brewers and industry people, volunteers, that I was getting a lot of full pours and free drinks. And some, free merch and shit like that. So that was that was cool because outside of the admission ticket, I didn't pay anything. And admission came with 4 drinks. And you can buy, more scripts for more drinks. But I didn't have to. I knew enough industry people that I would walk up there and they have like little jars that you put your tickets in. And, you get a beer, you put a ticket in. I would just go up to people that I knew in the industry, grab some tickets out of their jars, shove them in my pocket, and walk off. So I had unlimited free drinks after I got in the door and was able to talk to my people. So I had a real good time. I got to try a lot of great beer. Some not so great beer, but they were kind of smaller, newer breweries. But that's fine. They will get their feet underneath them and improve, hopefully. This fucking Schick Injector is phenomenal. It was funny, Holy Mountain was there, and every vendor, you could tell the ones that have been to a lot of festivals because they'll have their little awning, their little tent set up with their logo on the outside, and they just look very professional, ready for festivals and events. And they'll have like flags as a backdrop and shit like that with their business, their brewery name. And then there's other smaller ones that all they have is a flag. They don't have an awning or a banner, you know what I mean? And then there's Holy Mountain. No tent, no banner, no flag. Not even their tap handle had their logo. I mean, it was just a bunch of dudes in black shirts because they kind of do like this like black metal type thing. That's kind of their shtick. If you go to their brewery, it's just like a converted warehouse, and it's like all white walls and cement. And then they just have the metal blasting, the metal music, the rock. It's pretty funny. But they're like the nicest people at the same time. Anyways, so Holy Mountain's table, I walked right past it probably 10 times. I had no idea that they were even there until one of my industry buddies was like, and I'm not in the industry, but they're in the industry. But he was like, hey, have you had Holy Mountain yet? And I was like, no, where the fuck is Holy Mountain, And I start looking around, and I'm like, I don't see any fucking signage anywhere. And he's like, they're sandwiched in between Stoop and Rubens. And he's like, they don't have any signage. And I was like, motherfucker. So, of course, I ran over there. And on the front edge of the table, they had a small sticker. Like a small white sticker that said Holy Mountain. It was like this. It was like Holy Mountain on the front of the table. And I just had to bust out laughing. Because it's like, word will spread and you will find us. At the festival that's going down today, I imagine they're going to have one of the bigger lines there. They always do when they bless us with their presence. And so I'm really, really looking forward to that. Holy Mountain always brings out the good shit when they come down to Yakima for the festival. So I'm really, really looking forward to that. We had ourselves a great shave. I usually do. I always look forward to this shave because I don't use this soap that much throughout the year. It's kind of one of those ones that I treasure because I know Tallow and Steel's not going to make it again. Like I said, it didn't have a great reception by the community, and I've pleaded with artisans to make a better version of this. You know, to not necessarily collaborate with me. You can have all the credit, but just fucking hear me out. And this can be done better. It's great as is. It's very realistic, but I think it can be made to where it's more approachable for the crowd. We got the matching aftershave here, similar, very good looking bottles. And this bottle you don't see very often. It's kind of unique to Tallow and Steel, but it's a very nice aftershave bottle. Glass. It's kind of heavy. It has an industry standard quality restrictor to it. And they kind of have a like a milky, not super viscous aftershave. And the aftershave is even more representative of real hop character. This is not something that you want to go out smelling like. Not because you'll smell like beer or smell like an alcoholic. It's just not a a sexy scent. This one is definitely for casual wear only. And I would say this one is pretty much for house wear only. Like, I wouldn't leave the house smelling like this. Anyways, this will fade away quickly. And with the aftershave properties will really do some good for my skin. Talon Steel has a good aftershave. Okay, that'll do it for today's shave. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. I appreciate you, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.